Good morning. It's Friday, June 13th. I'm Alex. Today, health insurance premiums are spiking at a median 11% this year. Minimum wage increases are still rolling through multiple states mid-year, and the consumer spending picture heading into summer has a clear signal for Main Street. 3 stories, 5 minutes, done. Small group health insurance premiums are rising at a median 11% in 2026, according to the Peterson KFF Health System Tracker. Individual insurers across all 50 states range from a 5% decrease on the low end to a 32% spike at the high end. The primary drivers are rising healthcare utilization, prescription drug costs, and a surge in demand for GLP-1 weight loss medications that insurers say is materially changing their actuarial models. Tariffs are adding an indirect layer. Medical device manufacturers and pharma suppliers dependent on imported components are pushing input cost increases upstream into premiums. If you offer health coverage to employees, a renewal conversation is likely in the next 60 to 90 days. The national median employer contribution for single coverage is now running roughly $300 to $550 per employee per month. For businesses with 10 or fewer employees, those numbers can determine whether offering coverage is financially viable at all. What to watch? When your renewal lands, ask your broker to model 3 scenarios: the benchmark 11% increase, a plan restructuring at current cost, and a defined contribution approach through an ICRA. Even a 15% premium reduction across a team of 8 makes a meaningful annual difference to your payroll budget. 21 states raised their minimum wages at the start of 2026, and 88 jurisdictions total, states plus cities and counties, will have higher wage floors by December. Several states have mid-year adjustments still scheduled for later this summer, so check your local schedule. For small business owners, the significant issue is the compression effect. When the mandatory minimum increases, employees earning slightly above it typically expect a corresponding adjustment to maintain their relative pay position. Paychex payroll data confirms this is already happening. Wages rose in May across all pay bands, not just at the bottom. The total additional compensation burden across affected workers this year is estimated at $5 billion. NFIB data shows labor cost concerns at the highest level in the survey's history. A 50-cent minimum wage increase can ripple into $1.50 per hour payroll adjustment across your team when you account for all the compression above the floor. Businesses that plan for the compression, not just the floor change, avoid the cash flow surprise that hits owners who only budgeted for the headline number. What to watch? Check your state's schedule for any remaining 2026 wage increases and model the full payroll impact across your entire team, not just the employees currently at or near minimum wage. Retail sales in April came in up 0.5% from March and nearly 5% above a year ago. The National Retail Federation is holding its 2026 annual forecast at 4.4% growth, the strongest since 2022. The headline looks encouraging, but the detail underneath is more useful for small business owners. Consumer spending is bifurcating sharply by income level. Higher income households are driving the growth, while lower and middle income households are pulling back, trading premium brands for value options, consolidating shopping trips, and shifting spend from discretionary to essential categories. Summer historically amplifies this pattern as households feel pressure from energy costs, back-to-school planning, and leisure budgets that have already been stretched through the first half of the year. If your customer base skews toward middle-income households, the national headline may be giving you an optimistic read that your own register won't match. The businesses navigating this well are the ones using their own data rather than the macro number to make inventory and staffing calls. What to watch? Before making summer inventory or staffing commitments, pull your own transaction data from the last 60 days and look for category-level trends. Your customers are already showing you exactly where they're spending and where they're pulling back. That's your Friday briefing and your week. I'm Alex. Have a good one.